What's up, guys? Today we are doing another prediction video, which is Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. fight. We're going to be talking about three main fights, which are Vidal versus Rashad, Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson, and Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. These are going to be my honest predictions on each fight, but before we get into this, just leave a like and subscribe, and in the comments down below, tell me who you think's gonna win. So obviously there's gameplay playing in the background. So I'm gonna start off with the first fight on this video, which is gonna be the Vidal versus Roshad fight. Obviously, Vidal is obviously a British YouTuber / boxing coach who obviously trained some YouTube boxers such as KSI and Eason Gibb, and obviously it's mad how him and Jake Paul are both on the same undercard. Like, it's mad, mad. So anyway, my honest prediction for Vidal versus Roshad, I have a feeling that Vidal will knock him out in around the third or fourth round. I think this is like, I think, one of his first pro boxing fights. I don't know, like, I haven't seen Rashad fight. I haven't seen any footage, but when he does fight, when it does fight on the night, it's gonna be sick. Obviously, I want Vidal to win, obviously, because of he's a friend of he's a friend of KSI's, and I like KSI, so I want him to win. So yeah, the next thing, I think first or second round Vidal is gonna knock him out. So the next fight we're gonna be talking about is the Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson fight. Obviously, in my last YouTube prediction video on the fight, it was Jake Paul versus Eason Gibb, which I thought I thought Gibb was gonna win, but he sadly got knocked out in the first round. So I've seen obviously Jake Paul fight I saw him fight Joella in a spar. I saw him fight Deji and obviously saw him fight Gibb. He's obviously a good boxer. Obviously I don't know, he's like a good boxer, and obviously he's gonna fight Nate Robinson. But on the Nate Robinson side, I don't really know that much about Nate Robinson. The only thing I know about him is that he was an old NBA player, and I haven't seen that much sparring footage or any of it from him. Obviously, I think Jake Paul's gonna win first or second round. Sadly, I'm not a Jake Paul fan, but I just think he would, because Nate Robinson, I don't know, but all these fights could go 50-50, so he can either win or lose. I don't know, but yeah, it could go either way. But let's think about it this way: Jake Paul, if he does end up losing the fight, which I don't think would happen, he would obviously, it would just be weird. Then he can't really fight KSI, because if you can't beat an old NBA player, what chance does he have against KSI, who had? So he needs to actually win the fight if he wants to fight KSI. So yeah, obviously I don't know if he would still fight him if he does lose. It could go, he probably could. I don't know. Obviously the fight's probably going to be next year, Jake Paul versus KSI. So if we want to make the fight happen, we need obviously Jake Paul to win against Nate Robinson. But obviously, if you don't know when the fight is, it's happening on the September the 12th. So a few weeks away. A week away, I think, or a few weeks away. I don't know. Obviously, I'm gonna be watching. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be watching the fight because it's expensive. But I might watch it. I don't know. Yeah. So obviously, the next fight we're gonna be talking about is the main event: Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. So obviously, I know Mike Tyson. I think I want him to win. Like, it's just probably because I know him. I mean, like I've seen him much more like box than I've seen Mike Jones Jr. Like, I don't really know if he's good. I haven't seen any footage of any of them. So I'm just going to think Mike Tyson's going to win. Like, come on. I think he would win overall. But, like, sometimes, like, the underdog of a few fights normally wins. Like, for example, if you go back to the Dylan White versus Povetkin fight, which happened a few weeks ago, Povetkin won that fight, meaning like, and obviously he knocked him out in like the third or something round with his with a left, which knocked Dillian White out. So yeah, so I don't know, to be honest. It could go either way. I think Mike Tyson's going to win like third or fourth round. Go Mike Tyson, but I don't. It could go, he could get knocked out. You never know, because I thought Dillian White was going to win the last fight. He didn't, and like he got knocked out by Povetkin. But you know, it goes 50-50 either way. Like all fights do, they go 50-50. And obviously, I hope he wins. Okay, like it's probably gonna be the biggest fight on the undercard out on like the card out of all the fights. But anyway, guys, those were my those were my prediction on all the three fights. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys later. Peace.